All right, I do want to, before we get into the news and notes, I want to remind everybody, we haven't mentioned it on the show for a while, but if you have an iPhone, go grab the Water Wheel app. Make some bets with your friends.
Or an iPad.
Or an iPad. That's correct. And yes, we know Android users would like it too, and we're going to get there. But right now, I just want to remind everybody, go get the Water Wheel app. It's free. It's really fun. We put it out there just so that you can make bets with your friends and then pay it out by dousing each other with water and then filming it and putting it on Twitter, and everybody can laugh, and it makes fantasy football better, which is the whole point of this show.
The Wheel of Water. Nobody got in that with me. Thanks, guys.
No, we didn't.
I considered it.
News and notes from around the league.
So first word you're hoping.
Yeah.
Second word you're desperate. Third word you're alone.
Third word. Yeah.
Third word was, do I bail out of this?
right. Do you Wheel of
You know what? I carried it
Finish
by
strong.
myself. I carried it alone.
Yeah.
What's up in the news?
All right, Gary Barnidge. We talked about the contract extension.
Did we?
I thought we did.
I don't remember
Yeah, we
talking
did.
about
We
We
it.
talked
broke
about
the
it on
news.
this-
I think that was on our special Patreon show. I think
No.
we broke the news.
I think we broke it on here when we talked about the fact a Foot Clan member had a picture with him and approved the nickname. Did we not?
You might be right. I don't remember.
So many shows, but let's
All
just
right,
say
so
it
Barnidge
again.
signed. He's with Cleveland. Honestly, this is what I call. I mean,
Good for you, Gary Barnidge.
there you go.
Good
All
for
right,
you.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore. All right, Chicago Tribune reports Bears wide receiver Kevin White will not be activated from the reserve PUP list. This is the smart move.
John Fox. He got us again with his injury
did.
reports.
Not that it was going to affect fantasy owners very much. All right, we didn't talk about it yesterday. We're getting into that game today, but Rob Gronkowski was seen at practice, bulky brace on the knee. It sent a shiver up my spine as okay, is he going to go? Is he not going to go? What are we thinking about Gronkowski right now? And I know he'll be in the injury section, but this is a little bit more worthy of a discussion because it affects everybody in fantasy football
Sure.
who has Rob Gronkowski.
If Gronk plays, you play him, and I don't expect him to play this week at all.
I do not expect him to play, and the difficult thing about this is if you don't have Scott Chandler or one of those later tight ends, who are the Patriots playing? I can't recall off the top of my head.
The Texans.
Texans.
So Ryan Griffin.
So, yeah, if you don't have Griffin or a guy, you could maybe go with the TIE
Monday night.
fighter with the Giants or Jordan. You can play Jordan Cameron.
So I've got a question for you. Let's say what the point that you're making is
You can't wait for him. 'cause
yeah, you
he's
can't
Sunday
wait
night.
to see if he's there. If you are the owner right now of ASJ, right? He's got a good matchup, a good solid play this week, and it looks like Gronk really might play, but you're curious by that time. Would you drop ASJ and pick up a Griffin or a Ty who
to play the risk.
to play the risk of
I
being
would
able to
do it with Ty.
Yeah,
I would do it
that's
with
where I was
Ty.
going.
Okay.
Now, here's a catch if you're a Gronkowski owner and the ASJ owner, because ASJ looks like he has a lot of upside
That's
as
Austin
a
Seferian
fill-in.
Jenkins.
Yeah, Austin Seferian Jenkins. Next week, so we don't think Gronk will play. I really don't. It doesn't make sense. But this is good sign for him maybe playing next week. And if they somehow lost to Houston, that's 3 in a row. They got to win the game. Next week, though, on Thursday night, Buccaneers play on Thursday night, which means
Not good for Gronk
if
owners.
you're trending and trying to figure out Gronk, you've got Austin Seferian Jenkins on Thursday you have to decide on.
Hey, Andy,
which
can I
is
ask
painful,
you? Can I
which-
ask you a question? You're a Gronk owner. Who'd you pick up as your tight end?
Austin Seferian Jenkins.
And if you win this week, who you got to play next week?
I don't know.
It's me.
Oh, who do I have to play?
Yeah.
See, I was looking at the
You're
more.
going to fill in.
I was looking at the more broad context of fantasy football about who I'm
Nope.
going to play, but you were
Tunnel
focusing on the tunnel vision. Okay, let's go ahead and what else do we got? The Browns are working towards signing Travis Benjamin to a contract extension that would help that offense.
It's all Browns all the time here in the news.
I was
and
going to say,
notes.
what is this going on here? All right, let's move it on.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
All right, in or out, Ronnie Hillman and C.J. Anderson.
As of now, they're both expected to play, but monitor their Friday practice situation.
I still have C.J. Anderson as my sit of the week, so I'm not.
Yeah, coming
buying
off that
it.
ankle injury, and Hillman has a foot injury.
Yeah. The reports are ambiguous as ever from Kubiak, saying basically he expects guys to practice, but then Juwan Thompson could start. So if one guy's alone or close to alone, I'm happy starting them in that matchup.
Be very ready on Sunday to have to make a change if you're a Broncos running back owner.
In or out, Karlos Williams.
I think he'll be out.
Yeah, looking that way.
In or out, Chris Thompson.
The good news is Chris Thompson. I don't know if you heard us talking about his tear yesterday.
He has a tear.
They've successfully stitched him back together.
Uh-huh.
He's whole again.
A bad magic accident is what I understand.
He has not practiced at all this week, so I would be doubtful that they can Frankenstein him together enough to play.
Don't trust those street magicians.
This is the type of
analysis
you get on the show. All right, Brandin Cooks, big news yesterday. This is borderline just breaking. Concussion during practice this week. Almost assuredly not going to play. Is that what you're hearing as well?
I can't imagine a situation.
Because the whole protocol situation.
Where he plays.
This would hurt Drew Brees as well. Willie Snead is
It would help
hurt.
Benjamin Watson.
It would help Coleman, I think. Coleman caught a good pass last week. I mean, the balls have to go somewhere.
For his family league, they'll play him.
Yeah.
Good. Alan Hearns, in or out?
I think he'll be in, but he was downgraded on Thursday's practice to limited, so you need to monitor.
You never like seeing guys downgraded, but if there's somebody who I would trust, it would be Alan Hearns.
Travis Benjamin, in or out?
He says that he is going to play. He says, I guarantee I'm playing. He was a limited participant on Thursday, so I'm going to take him at his word and say he plays.
In or out, Cecil Shorts?
I think he'll play.
Kendall Wright?
I think he'll
Play injured.
Yeah.
Willie Snead?
He better play.
They
Saints
pretty much
need
have to have him.
And then Rob Gronkowski at the tight end position?
I don't think he plays.
Zach Miller,
He played
who
last
now
week.
is alone without Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, he played last week through his I think it's a rib injury.
He's a
and
sneaky play, I think.
Charles Clay?
He'll play.
Vernon Davis.
He is questionable to me.
So
With-
he had the concussion.
Yes, correct.
So we don't know about him quite yet. So that's anybody else we need to mention?
I think that's all the big guys.
The big guys?